Guys, we're back.
Hi there.
This is Leah.
And this is Nat. This is the BRL show.
And you're tuning in for the second episode.
Hopefully. Unless
Yes.
this is your first time, then welcome.
Welcome. And if it's your second, welcome back.
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
So Leah and I are definitely going to venture into the world of dating and relations. And a little bit later, we're going to pick something out of the box.
Yes, it's a mystery. So
Yes, we'll have to pull something out of our boxes later.
Yes.
And for now, as we teased in our last episode, we're going to talk about first dates and the etiquette of it. And, well, first dates, etiquette of first dates, and we're just going to ramble on with that.
So keep on with us. So first date etiquette, that's something that I don't know why, but it's very important to me.
She's very stern when she
I am
says
adamant,
this.
and my face
there's lines in between her eyebrows.
Yeah, guys, and I don't have wrinkles, so this only comes when
They're
I'm
created
really
from
upset.
this passion.
Yes, there's some rules that we need to follow.
Please tell me your rules, Leah.
Okay, and please tell me what you think of these rules, and that if you think I'm crazy, or if you actually just didn't think of it before, but you agree with me. I feel like that's what's gonna happen here.
And maybe you also, for the people listening, will let us know what your thoughts are. And what do you see in regards to her rules?
Please do, because we all have our opinions, and I think mine are just. Anyways, let's get into it.
How many rules are we looking at here?
I got a few.
Like
I got
five?
a few. And I might come up with some off the top, off the dome.
Okay, let's do it.
Because when I get started, it don't stop.
Start it up, girl.
It should stop, though, because it can get out of control.
Start it up.
So I'm a traditional gal. That doesn't necessarily mean that a woman shouldn't pay on the first date. Okay. I actually, I think it depends. And this is what it depends on. Who initiated the date? Who asked who out? And if it's a clear, I'm asking you out on a date, then I am also going to be the one to pay.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I think that normally, or on average, it's usually a guy asking out a girl. So usually I'm waiting for the man to pay.
One would hope.
One would hope.
Yeah.
I've had some experiences where that was not the case, and it made me very upset.
Okay.
Okay? So that's why I feel very strongly about this. If you ask somebody out, then expect to pay the bill. Okay?
Male or female.
And I guess I'm assuming that you're going to a place where money is accepted. That's also, that's getting into another territory of my rules. But,
Yes.
First things first. You pay if you ask. What do you feel about
you
that,
ask,
Natalie?
you pay.
You ask, you pay.
Okay. It depends on the conversation that was leading up to the asking.
Okay.
Because you never know what the backstory could be.
Okay,
in
so the
my
context.
eyes. Yeah, exactly. So, if there is, for instance, there's a common interest, you both wanted to check out a restaurant or something like that, and it's just like, we maybe you and I could go check it out. Sure. I wouldn't be inclined to say, oh, well, maybe you have to pay for my meal then.
Okay, I understand that, but when the situation does come and you actually are on the date, first of all, would you call that a date?
I'm reluctant to call a lot of things dates.
Yes, exactly. Where do we draw the line? Like, what do we call a date?
It would be, asking somebody out. Like saying, hey, I'd like to, I want to take you, or I'd like to take you. It's all about the actual verbiage that's used. But
Absolutely.
if it's something, the verbiage. It's something that, if it's something where it's we could go and check this out type of thing, I wouldn't expect somebody to pay for me because in a relationship, and this is what we're speaking to at this point in time, you're building still. But relationships and friendships kind of go hand in hand in my eyes. So if it was a guy friend saying, hey, do you want to go check this out? I'd be like, word, let's go. And I would, in my mind, I'd be prepared to pay for myself. Okay. At least.
And I actually agree with that. But then I wouldn't constitute that as a date.
Okay.
So if he thinks that's a date,
yes,
then I think he should be prepared to pay for it. Yeah, completely.
If he's actually saying like, "Hey, can I take you out?" then in my eyes, because of the verbiage, maybe he is going to pay for a little bit more than I would anticipate. Because I'm I'm very quick to grab my wallet. I'm not going to deny it.
Okay, I'm not.
I know you're not,
No,
actually.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I will just stand looking at you. I'll look at you until I see your hands going into your pockets.
Do you do the fake? Oh, No, never? Okay.
No, I look at you and I wait.
Okay,
I
like
look at you and then I look at the bill and then I look back at you. Okay?
I love you.
And then maybe I'll pull out my phone and start texting somebody saying, this boy, why is he taking his time? He's taking his sweet time with this one.
Okay.
I wonder when that's gonna happen.
Yeah, okay.
So I've had experiences where there's this one guy who directly asked me out. He specifically said, Leah, I want to take you out on a... He actually said the word date in the question.
Then that is
I want
clear.
to take you out on a date. Can I?
Yes.
Take you out somewhere. I have this place in mind and we can meet. Mm-hmm. And I said yes, because I was interested in him. At the time, it didn't last very long.
I can tell.
I'm sure you know where this is going.
I can tell.
So we go to this spot. It's a tapas bar. We order a couple things. The food was actually quite nice. I really enjoyed myself with the food. Not really the conversation. It wasn't really going anywhere. But if the food's nice, then you have me for a couple hours, honestly.
At least to eat.
Yeah, I'll be eating.
I'll share a meal with you.
Yeah, and if I'm eating, that's your time to talk. And if the conversation's not that great, I'm eating, so at least you still have time.
Yes.
But at the end of the date, the bill, he asked for the bill, so that also leads me to believe that you're going to be paying for this entire bill. When he asked for the bill came, and we were both blankly staring at the bill and each other.
Awkward.
It gets worse.
No.
So he pulls out his wallet, and I'm thinking, finally. And what comes out is half of the amount for the bill.
Cash money?
Cash money. The bill, I'll just be honest, the bill was $50. He pulled out $25. Not even tip. Not even tip.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can spend $50 by myself on a
absolutely.
meal.
I'm not trying to say that I'm a cheap ass or I'm somebody who doesn't have money. Guys, we're all doing our part here. We're surviving. So I have enough money to pay for food.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you ask me out, I'm expecting you to pay. And you know what? People might not agree with me on this because it's very traditional.
Right.
It's very traditional, but I stand behind it. Vice versa, by the way. If I asked him out on a date, I would be paying. If he offers to pay, we'll talk about it for a bit, and that's when I'll do the psych thing where I'm like, no, I got it. I asked you out. But if he insists, I'm going to let him have it.
Okay.
In this case, whatever, he said, hey, do you have the rest? And I just gave him a very tight smile. Very tight smile with teeth grinning. And I said, yes, I do.
Absolutely.
And I pulled out the rest of my cash and I put it down. In my head, obviously, date's over.
This is the first and last date.
Not only, this will be the last time I speak to you. That's how strongly I was against this.
I appreciate that because I'll be honest, when a man does want to pay, then I feel like not only is he being courteous, but he's treating me like a lady.
Thank you. Okay, so we're actually kind of on the same.
I hear you on
same
that.
wavelength with this one.
But if it's something where I am, again, like if we were to go somewhere, an event, or go to something where there's like tickets or something,
and
involved,
it's a mutual.
Then I would be like, I'm gonna pick up tickets. Do you want me to grab yours for you? And I would hope that they'd want to pay me back for it if it's something that's mutual.
Okay, and if he doesn't pay you back for it, then where do you stand on that? Do you ask for it? Do you just let that one go and continue to see, maybe that was, you give him the benefit of the doubt? Or is that like the last time you see the dude?
Well, I'm a very fortunate person and I get a lot of access to some pretty cool things. Mm-hmm. So for me, I would probably be inclined to be like, yo, you don't have to get me on this one, but get the next one type of thing.
That's a cute way of doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
so
especially if there was like great conversation that has been happening before, then that's probably the route that I would take.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, I understand that. And I think we kind of are on the same page with this one.
Yeah, I could say so.
Yeah.
What's your next rule?
Okay, I got another one.
Tell me.
My first date cannot include full dinner or full dining.
Yes, I like that. I do
Why
like
do you
this.
like that?
I do like this because, especially if it's the first time that you're actually hanging out with the person and it's a new thing and you just really are trying to get their vibe, get to know them. Let's go for coffee. Let's go for a drink.
Let's go for, liquids. No solids.
Okay, but what type of liquids and how many?
That's a great question.
I'm gonna
and
ask
actually,
it.
when I said no solids, I'm okay with donuts, danishes, like
Dessert.
little bits.
Dessert only? No
Dessert.
appetizers?
No.
What if it's a drink and apps type of thing? What if you get there and it's
kind of
9
apps?
o'clock and it's after 9 o'clock, apps are half price?
And am I starving? Like, is
don't
my
know.
belly aching
Well,
for food?
maybe. Maybe you want a little snack.
Yeah. I'll get a little cheesecake.
Yeah.
Okay? I think it's just sweets with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I draw the line. It's sweets. When it comes to liquids, that's a great question because that was actually one of my other rules.
Yes.
If we're doing drinks for alcohol, there is a limit.
What's your limit? What's the number?
For him or for me?
For you.
Oh.
Communicate about him.
But I can hold my own, right?
Same.
So for me, you're like, absolutely. What do you mean? This is not news. We both can.
Yeah.
I would say my limit is 3 max.
3 max. And are we talking
double or single? Is that what you're about to ask me?
We talking wine or liquor?
We're talking licks.
We talking the licks? We talking that
We're
rum
talking
till I
licks.
die
I'm talking
type
about
of
rum
thing?
because
Okay.
specifically.
Yeah.
I like my rum.
Yeah, same.
I really do. I like my rum. It relaxes me. It doesn't bother my stomach.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it.
So what if it was wine?
If it was wine, 2 9 ounces.
Okay.
Is that okay? By the way, guys, I really like to drink. I don't know if you. That might seem like a
there's
lot, considering I have rules against it.
We're not calling AA for you or nothing like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Nor for myself. I don't drink by myself so much. I'm a social drinker.
Okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's most people, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Well, I
okay.
mean, there is AA, so maybe
Absolutely.
not.
You know what? That's very true.
Just
And we're
saying.
not in that league.
No.
So let's just rule ourselves out of that one. But
Yep.
yeah, would you agree with that? Like, are you a liquor girl? Are you a wine gal? Which one are
I
we
would.
talking?
I mean, I'm open to having drinks, but I would really play it on the vibe of the night and the conversation. But I do think that I wouldn't want to get. I'm not trying to get hammered on the first date.
No,
I'll tell
I
you
think
that.
that's
a
probably
mistake.
a bad idea. Okay, so question for you: how about if he gets hammered? How do you feel about that on the first date? And you're keeping your composure.
Yeah, no, turn off.
Turn off. Deal breaker.
Well, because he can't handle his liquor, and that means that I'm going to be babysitting his ass. Hell to the motherfucking no.
Maybe he just likes to get drunk on Saturday nights.
By himself.
No, with another person. This time you.
But I'm not going round for round or pound to pound. Like, well, you never know. I'm joking. That's what he's trying to do.
At least you know.
But no, I'm joking. I don't do that on the first date
No.
either. But
You're reaching into my next rule. You're dipping into my next rule.
okay. Well, you can scratch that one.
I know, damn. I already got my answer.
But yeah, no, I don't like to. I don't want to get messy on the first date for sure, and I wouldn't like it if he did either.
And you wouldn't like it if he did.
No,
Okay, so
it's a turnoff.
So tipsy, is that the line?
Yeah, slight buzz.
Slight buzz. Is that right before tipsy? I don't know what slight buzz is.
Yeah, like you're starting to feel nice.
Okay, for me it's tipsy. then.
Okay.
For me it's tipsy. Drunk? No.
Okay.
Drunk later, knowing you after, a couple days, not a couple, I would say maybe 5-6 dates. Yes.
Like you're ready to be like, I'm gonna get hammered with
Yeah,
you.
let's have fun.
Yeah.
Because then I know you won't take advantage of me.
Okay. Because you've
That's where
already
I'm
done
going.
that before. Is that what we're saying?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm also not saying that. All right? That's for another episode, girl.
Okay.
That's not for now.
Okay. Next rule.
Okay. I like so far we're on the same page. There's
feel
no issue there.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, deep down, I would hope that most women are slightly still traditional because you have to give men the opportunity to be men and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness, you're speaking my language.
Girl.
But that's hard to find. So, there's conflicts with that in 2017, but we're on the same page with this one.
Yeah, because I think the identity of men is a little lost sometimes.
Oh my
for
goodness,
people.
this is so another episode.
Anyways, okay.
Because wow, there's so much to delve into that one.
Okay.
Okay, last rule, never meet in a private spot.
Hell no.
Okay, I guess that one's kind of obvious. But
And when
a follow-up.
when you say private spot, like someone's home?
It could be home. Yeah, I don't know where else you could be
Yeah, no,
private.
you're not
No,
coming in
actually, I have another one.
Where?
Someone's car. Okay, so actually, this
That's a
is
date?
another question. To some, yes.
Meet you in my car.
What about
Meet
this?
me at the corner. I'm parked in the Loblaws parking lot.
And we're not going anywhere but there, okay?
Let me.
I have a flask
I have
with
to
me.
pay for parking.
Yeah. So he is paying on the date. Anyways. Okay, question actually to follow up with what I just asked. Would you ever get into a stranger's, well, you guys have talked but haven't met yet. Would you let him pick you up in his car? Because that is a private spot for a short time.
Usually,
You think?
I will meet at a public place because
Okay.
I'm a driver, or I'll meet them. I'll just meet them somewhere. I don't generally let people come into my home unless I've like built a relationship with them.
Okay. Even if they just wait outside for you and you get into the car?
First date?
First date.
Ideally, I would love to say yes because there is something romantic about that.
Exactly. Okay.
But-
See, that's a tricky
but
one
there's
because
a
there's some
trust factor.
disgusting men out there
there's
that
a
could
trust
take advantage
factor
of that.
that I don't like. And
Yeah.
that's just me being not trusting to a lot of strangers.
Yep. I've
But
actually
yeah.
had a situation where a guy picked me up like a traditional man from my house, but I only met him at a club, and I thought that was all the trust I needed. Like, ooh, we had such a good night that night.
No.
You're going to come get me the next day at my house where my parents live and family. Whoa. Like, I can't believe I thought this was okay.
Parents and all.
And he picked me up and this is actually coming into your joke and it's not really a joke. He took me to a parking lot and like.
That was the date? And was like,
well, it ended very quickly because I was like, what's next? And he's like, I thought we could just sit here and talk. I'm like, I'm like,
Did
that's
he live
actually
with
not
his
what
parents?
I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
But he
So
could have taken me
maybe-
to the movies. He could have taken
Maybe
me to
that's
the
a
food. He
financial
could have
thing
taken me.
then. He's like, I already had to pay for gas to get her.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. His intentions were really sexual. So
I'm not surprised.
and luckily he actually wasn't that bad and he took me home when I said take me home.
Okay, good.
But yeah, so there's always that,
There's a
tricky
a
spot
slight
there.
fear that's there.
I was scared out of my mind.
I can imagine.
Yeah, when I said please take me home immediately,
Yeah.
he was like, okay, like she's dead serious, so I
Yeah.
shouldn't mess with this. But some guys might not say that. Some guys might not have that reaction.
Well, that's how a lot of girls get themselves into trouble.
Yeah, so this is a PSA, actually. I'm turning this into a PSA announcement. Guys, ladies, do not get into the men's car. Vice versa, men, you don't know what these ladies are up to either. So meet at a public spot. That one we can all agree with, and I think that's just the safe choice.
Yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Steve, do you have any insight on this? Like, how do you feel about these questions, this dating?
I don't drive,
situation?
so I don't have that problem.
It's an easy answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you make a lot of good points, especially about the paying for the date. If you ask the person out, then yeah, you should pay.
Okay.
But I mean, okay. So I have a question then.
Good.
Please, let's
I love
hear
this
what
male
Steve has to
perspective.
say.
Our male counterpart.
Okay, so what if she offers to pay for half? Like, do we want to pay for half? Is that, do I do the whole fake psych out, no, I'll pay for it, whatever? Or do I just do the, like, yeah, let's just pay for half?
Well, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to pay for the full date or do you want her to pay for half?
I would like to pay for the full date, but when the bill's like close to $100,
Oh, shit.
it's like, yeah, no, I don't think that's good for either of us.
But going into the date, Steve, you have to know that it could amount to
could
that
be
much.
$100. That's
it
what
could
I was
get to that
thinking.
point. So if you ask the girl out and you went to a pretty nice restaurant because you kind of want to, treat her well, or you want to kind of show off, you have to expect that the bill could get up to $100. If the bill's going to get to $100, I think you should pay for the full amount.
But no, okay, so then in that case, it wasn't a good idea to go to that restaurant on the first date in the first place.
That's what I was going to say. Do your homework
Okay.
in regards to where you're taking this woman and also like what your finances are and what you're willing to spend.
Exactly. Like if it's on the day right before payday, maybe don't take her to, Canoe.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. And then my second question is, because my situation, obviously, I can't drive.
Right.
Right.
What is the etiquette of basically does she pick me up or is it better just to go in a public place?
That's a good
to meet
question.
at a public place.
I mean, it depends where you're going, especially in the city. If it makes more sense to have if there's going to be parking involved and all that stuff, maybe it's better that you both just meet at the location.
Yeah, but if you're going to, let's say, like...
if you're going to Scarborough Bluffs and you're going for a hike or something
or like Mississauga, where they have that Sky Zone jumping place, then, she'll have to pick you up. But you have to remember this. If you're the one initiating the date, you're also the one to plan the date.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of up to you.
So it'd be more of my advantage to just plan something that's easily accessible via TTC.
Basically, if you were to plan it for yourself, how would you do it?
I would find a place to be like, I can go to a TTC.
Okay.
But that's what I mean. Like, if
Right.
if you're planning a date, you have to also take into account that, like, you're planning not only for yourself, but who you're bringing.
Yeah, I usually generally if if even just with my friends, I will find a place that's at least a good amount. Like, it's not like where I have to go the most amount of distance or the other person has to. It's usually somewhere that it's at least equidistance to get to. So
Okay.
it's not that bad.
Yeah,
Like,
Steve. That works.
that's all right. Okay.
That's considerate.
That's
It's
considerate.
being considerate and common courtesy.
Yeah.
I know I'm a stickler for common courtesy.
You're the common courtesy girl. I'm the first day etiquette girl. We have our little things. Okay,
God.
good.
Okay.
So that makes sense. We're kind of all,
It seems like we get it.
It seems like it's common sense, I guess.
I hope
Maybe
so.
that's what it is.
Common sense isn't so common, unfortunately, but yes.
But that's the thing. That's why we have to talk about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like we're running into this is a longer period of time for conversation than I anticipated, but I just want to know, ideal first date, Leah?
Ooh, ideal first date. Okay, it has to involve everything that I love, Leah, that Leah loves. Okay, so I love cheesecake. It has to involve that. I love Seinfeld. If there's something that involves Seinfeld, and if you're displaying your knowledge of Seinfeld to me, that's a bigger turn on than looks.
Putty.
Than looks.
Putty.
Girl,
Putty.
you're making me feel some type of way right now about you. I don't know you know about putty. Talk about that one later.
There you go.
Honestly, I have my little things where I just really like when a mate has the same common interests as me.
Yeah.
So honestly, for some reason, Seinfeld just has stuck with me forever. So if you like Seinfeld, I'm probably going to be interested in you in a little bit.
Right.
I love food. I'm a foodie.
Yes.
So cheesecake is really important to me. So if you take me to a place where we can talk about Seinfeld and eat cheesecake, honestly, that's it. I'm not asking for much. Wow.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm not asking for much. And just, I like attention. And I will give you the same amount of attention back. It's tough for me when guys kind of only do all the talking and kind of leave me just listening, and it's kind of all about themselves. I've had those experiences a lot.
believe it.
Don't like it. Humor is huge for me. So if you're also funny, that's the ultimate. Humor
And food. Okay.
You got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
Okay.
What about you, love?
Music and humor are definitely
Music
two
for
great
you.
things to get involved. And I have my genres that I gravitate to more so. However, I'm a fan of live music as long as they're not screaming at me because I don't want to be yelled at.
You're not asking for much.
I don't want to be yelled at. And I like delicious food.
Oh my goodness.
I love delicious food and drinks.
Really?
So, yeah, if you can take me to a place that you're like, oh my God, you have to try this this dish. I was there 2 weeks ago and I want to take you there. Then, yeah, I'm going to go.
So was a big turn on for a guy to introduce you to a wicked new place that you've never experienced before, and it's just so delicious?
Introduce me to all the things. Introduce me to music. Introduce me to comedians.
okay.
Introduce me to food. Introduce me to drinks. Open my mind.
Yeah, and it's already open, so if you could get even further, that's
Heck
a big
yeah.
plus.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that's mine.
Okay, but speaking of food,
Uh-huh.
those were some nice beats. And if you guys have some beats that you'd like us to hear and incorporate, please send it our way, because we appreciate that, at the BRL podcast@gmail.com. And we'll get that going.
Yeah, we'll take a little listen, and if we like it, we'll throw you into the mix and shout you out and do all kinds of things via our social media.
You already know, and if we don't like it, you'll never hear from us.
And you'll never hear your beat on the show.
Okay.
Okay, then. So, Leah, I
my
feel
girl.
like I need to pull something, not my hair or yours,
No.
but I'm going to pull something out of my box.
Ooh. We come to that part.
I'm gonna pull it out of my box, and you're gonna love it.
Oh, I hope so. I hope we gon' love it. All right, that's enough
we
of that.
do love it because what I pulled out of the box was food.
Yum.
And we were just talking about food.
Yeah. The food is kind of very important to us.
Food and I guess food options, I guess that's what this means. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so Leah, I'm a vegetarian.
I cannot believe it.
I cannot believe it.
I cannot believe it. It's so hard for me to believe. Your
That was my
culture.
coming to America.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, anyways, carry on.
And then I tried to do my own like
It's okay,
weird
I like
twist.
it.
Anyways, didn't sound good. But yeah, she's a vegetarian and I'm a carnivore.
You're the omnivore because you still eat vegetables.
I'm forced to.
Whatever. You love salads.
I'm a grown ass woman who's being forced into vegetables.
So funny.
No, she's right. I recently discovered a love for salads. Of course, they have to be smothered with dressing and cheese, but I actually don't mind
But
it
they're
now.
delicious,
They're actually
absolutely.
delicious. Can you please tell me a little bit about what this vegetarian thing means to you?
What it means to me?
Yes, what it means to you.
It just means that it is a new way of looking at our food options because I find, especially in North America, we are so focused on what's the meat going to be? Where's the beef?
Yeah,
Winner,
that's a
winner,
great question.
chicken dinner.
It's a great
and
thing.
I don't think that it's necessary. I mean, there has obviously been vegetarians from the beginning of time. Historically speaking, there would be gatherers and there would be hunters.
Yeah.
And the quote I have air quotes in the air, but
She really
men men would go out and they would hunt for meat.
Yes.
And that meat would have to last their village a very long time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Where the women and children, they would gather.
Okay.
And when they couldn't actually get some sort of animal killed and whatnot,
They would have to find the next best
then
thing.
their next resource would be what the gatherers were able to grab.
I can't believe we're getting a history lesson right now.
You're
but
welcome.
Honestly, you are giving me some new news, and I appreciate. Please continue.
But yeah, for me, I started with eliminating pork about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then as of just last year, red meat, and then chicken, and then seafood. But seafood was a really tough one for me because it was like, dun dun
ultimate,
dun,
yeah.
the last
The finale.
meat option for you.
Yeah.
And that one I wrote, I would consider myself a pescatarian at that point in time because I probably did that for close to 6 months.
Yeah, I think when I first met you, you were getting into that.
Potentially.
I think you might have dibbled and dabbled with meat, but not really. You were more of a seafood girl at the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was very gradual for you.
It definitely was a process.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it was like, oh, I quit meat cold turkey, like
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah, no turkey.
No turkey, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Gobble, gobble.
Yeah.
No, I don't want it.
Oh my goodness.
I'd rather babble.
Did you love meat when you were eating meat?
Oh my God. I would crave it.
Wow.
It was like an addiction. And that's another thing that,
you knew it wasn't good for you.
yeah. It's like sugar, right? They say sugar is something that's actually addicting. And if you can go 3 weeks or 21 days without it,
Yeah.
you won't even crave it anymore.
Wow. Okay, so is that the case with meat for you?
For me, absolutely.
Because we've gone further than 21 days.
Being a woman who obviously ovulates, obviously, when Aunt Flo's in town, that's when I'm like, oh, I want to eat maybe a burger, but I don't
Yeah.
ever. Because the actual thought of me biting into a
Yeah.
beef burger or a chicken wing or
Yeah.
other parts of an animal that
crazy.
has similar parts to me, I don't like that.
There you go. I think we hit the nail. You don't like the idea that meat is similar to the human body?
Pork specifically,
Yeah.
yes. But I mean, I ain't no bird. I don't want no pigeons.
You don't want
dog.
no pigeons? Okay, I understand.
But yeah, I mean, it was a personal preference.
Yeah.
And I saw other vegetarians and how they were living their lives, and I was like, wow, like you are eating delicious food still. You're not having any issues with what your diet is. You're still healthy.
Okay.
So I was like, me too.
Oh my goodness! Do you think because of the alternative options that you have in Toronto, which there's a lot?
Toronto makes it very easy to be a vegetarian.
That's what I was gonna
However,
ask.
if I were to say go to perhaps Peterborough or
or even
something
like Jamaica.
that.
Like I know for a fact Jamaica, we value our meat and we value our fish.
Yeah, so
It's in it basically everything, including breakfast.
Yeah, and same for Trinidad and I mean all the islands really because
Yeah.
you're getting fresh seafood
Right.
on the regular.
Right.
But that's when I would just like revert to the sides, quote unquote.
As your mains.
I would just have more sides, and that would create the main because it's not like I'm not eating still. I'm just eating more vegetables.
Okay, so
or
when you go to
more
a
carbs, unfortunately, but yeah,
when you go to a family gathering, since you are half Trini and half Guyanese,
yes,
what is it looking like for you?
it is looking like. Well, it depends on what type of event it is because you know that
The
there's
top
going.
one. Easter? Is that Easter?
So for Christmas,
Is
probably
Christmas the
is
top?
going to be the
Okay.
biggest one.
Okay.
And there isn't always a ton of options. I'll be honest with you, but you know, I can have mac and cheese still,
Yeah.
or I can do
That's true.
like salads, obviously as well. There's still lots of breads, roti. I'll still lash some roti with like pumpkin or something like that.
Chickpeas.
Chickpeas, which
a
like Guyanese people would call chana. There's still a lot. I mean, I will just bulk
So
up
there
on the
is.
sides. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Okay.
And I'll go to town on that. Some people would have macaroni pie as their only meal, mac and cheese.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
we
can
would have
understand that
macaroni
one.
pie,
Yeah.
but I will eat all of the
You'd come to it being, this pie is for me.
Yep.
Thank
I
you,
will just-
Auntie.
I
Thank
will
you,
cut it
Auntie.
in
It's
half,
mine.
and I'll take half.
Yes.
No, I'm joking, but
Sorry, cousins. Mm-mm.
yeah, no, and I mean, I'll still, and I'm not vegan, right? So I still eat cheese. I do eggs
Yeah.
as well, even though eggs is something that I'm
Because it's
slowly,
coming from that chicken.
That chicken, it's a baby in there.
So
It's a
do you
little
think
baby.
eventually, the little babes, do you think you'll eventually get to vegan, or is this kind of like the end all be all?
I would never say never.
Oh. I'm like, oh. Are we going to full
Shout
tune?
outs to Beebs. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say I would say never. I would never say never to anything really and truly because you just never know what the world is going to come. Because there's also a lot of like environmental things with like processing meat and
Yeah.
just
I
what
know.
it does to
the
the
more
planet.
you know. Ugh.
So
the
and
more
it-
you know.
and it is scary when you actually because I did a ton of research when I was
Clearly.
considering this
Yeah.
life and just it really just started out of my curiosity is just like a cat.
Oh my God! And but you take the information that you know now, and you take it seriously. See, it's kind of like one in the ear, one and out the other. Like, unfortunately, like I kind of know what's happening to me. I know what I'm eating. I know what's beneficial and what's totally not. And
Well, you're lactose intolerant and you still want milk.
and I still drink it. I told you I love cheesecake too.
Yeah.
I don't let that stop me. I just
Yeah.
think in my head, "Ooh, you're gonna regret this later."
If you were to pick a
disgusting.
top 5 of your foods, what are
Yeah.
your top 5 favorites?
Like dishes or like meats or like
Foods.
boy
All the foods.
all the
'cause you are
foods.
an
You know what's
omnivore.
so horrific? Pork. Like it's probably number one. Like I
Jerk
really,
pork, man.
I love me some, and the different types of pork. Like the way you can eat pork
Sausage.
is so amazing to me.
Bacon.
Pork amazes me. I can have bacon, like you just said, bacon, sausage, jerk pork, pork chops, pork loin. Like ooh, I could keep going. By the way, I'm
Pork
hungry.
tail? You like pigtail?
I love pigtail. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
As if I'm giving any of that up. Like, I know it's bad for you. By the way, my dad is 100% against pork and has been since he was a Rasta.
Swine!
Since he was a I'm no swine. And he gets very upset when we,
when we
eat it in front of him. Yeah.
Will he talk shit about you?
We just be like, well, you're disgusting. But anyways.
Oh, God.
I'll stick with my He eats everything else, though, by the way.
Okay.
It's not like he's becoming a vegetarian or anything like that. No, he eats everything else. He just finds swine to be so disgusting. He was a Rasta man back in the day, and that's kind of how it all started. And he's just like, but actually still, even though I'm still not Rasta, I know it's gross. And he actually sometimes he'll just pull out the Bible and say, read this passage.
So pork
about swine
is your number one.
And that's yes.
What else?
See,
What's
this just proves to you guys that I really don't care. I love me some steak, some red meat.
Okay.
I'm gonna be very unhealthy, or if I'm not already. Chicken. Obviously, these are all meats. I love macaroni.
Oh,
you mentioned
cheesecake
macaroni.
is
I did think
also
about it.
In there.
Yes,
Cheesecake?
cheesecake. I love macaroni.
So
I love
doesn't trump
rice and peas.
Pork. If
No.
you had bacon or cheesecake in front of you, which one would you go to?
Okay, let's put it this way: if I was on a deserted island, give me the full pig.
Okay.
Just give me a pig. Yes.
And then you would kill it.
Yeah, and then eat like every part of it.
Okay.
Like including the tail.
Yeah.
I already mentioned that.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it would be just because that when I have a craving for pork, I usually fulfill it immediately, and so I'm satisfied. With cheesecake, it's actually harder to find.
It's funny because I think when you say this to like a deserted island, I think of Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Yeah.
And he would have loved to have a friend that was a pig as opposed to Wilson.
Oh, you mean keep the pig alive?
Yes.
Nah, man, he would have yammed that pig.
But I'm just saying, he would have killed, like he would have been crying as he ate his pig Charlotte.
Wilbur.
Wilbur, yeah. Charlotte, yeah, that's what
Charlotte's
I meant.
the
That's what I
spider.
meant, yes, exactly.
Well, also killed, by the way. I hate spiders.
True.
Anyway,
Oh, okay. But you wouldn't eat it.
well, on a deserted island, I probably would.
You'd eat the spider?
Yeah.
Meat group. Okay.
Would you too, though? Oh, that's actually a good question. If you're on a deserted island, what would you do? You would have to eat. Say you were on a deserted island and there was pigs.
I'm sure there'd be plants too, though.
Exactly. That's my question.
Yeah, so I'd eat the plants.
And forget about the pig?
I'd round up those pigs and make them my army. No,
Oh
I'm
my
joking.
God. I don't know how that even works. What would that do for you?
I don't know. I would see the thing is that like animals, for me,
Yeah.
they're very unpredictable.
Okay.
So a part of me would be like, I'd want to, as long as these pigs weren't going to hurt me, like if they were a wild boar and they could actually hurt me,
Yes.
then I think I would maybe have to put a hunter hat on, but I don't know if I would really
Eat him after?
eat them.
If you're starving, I think you would.
If I'm starving, like if I'm going on
You're about
like,
to
you
die.
know, if I'm withering away and I saw a pig, I'd be like, I guess I'm aching for some bacon. Yep.
It'd be funny if you actually said that too. You're like, skin and bones, I'm aching for bacon. And you go and kill him. It'd be such a weird thing to do. Okay. So I put you at the absolute worst scenario
Like
of all
dead
time.
last
I actually put you at the worst,
option.
in the worst scenario. In the best scenario for me, I'm still taking that pig.
Okay.
So I guess that kind of tells you where I stand on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So.
But I mean, you and I have dined before, and
Yeah, we have
you,
a couple times actually.
You see what I eat. You've shared some food with me,
And that's why
before.
I'm amazed by you.
Oh,
And
okay.
amazed because you're probably my first good friend
Yes.
who is a vegetarian.
Okay.
And so I actually see what you're eating, and I'm very surprised at the options that are given to you because I
Yes.
never check the vegetarian section.
Yeah.
My eyes automatically skim past it. Like
I can
I've never
imagine.
actually read eggplant parmesan. I've never actually read
is
portobello
delicious, by the
mushroom
way.
burger. Like I've never read that with my eyes. I've just seen it being ordered, and I just question why.
Yeah.
But when you ordered that portobello mushroom burger, it actually looked like beef somehow, and
It's a good option.
it looked really good.
Yeah.
And you said it was good.
And you
I
had
trust
other
your taste.
veggie burgers that I've had, and you loved it.
I can't believe that this is true.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going against something here. I feel like I'm.
Are you having an internal dilemma right now?
something bothers me that I'm admitting to liking that veggie burger, but I did. I actually did. We went to a restaurant recently, and we got so many different types of salad, and it was dare I say, the best part of the meal.
And she had lamb chops.
I also love lamb, by the way. Forgot to
Okay,
mention lamb.
I believe it.
Yeah, but no, that salad was so delicious. I
Yes.
can't believe it.
Yeah.
I was really hungry at the minute. It was the first thing that I ate, so that might have something to do with it.
True.
But how could I couldn't believe my taste buds at the time.
It was a party in your mouth. And
Yes.
it's because of the salad.
And
And they
it's
say
because
you
of
don't
salad.
make friends with salad, but you clearly do.
Yes. You made friends with, you made me friends with, I don't know. I'm trying to
salad.
make this a connection here and I can't really get the words out. Somehow we became closer because
Yes.
I liked the salad.
Because I'm opening your mind. It was,
Yeah,
it was a date,
and that's why I'm glad you pulled that out of your box because I really wanted to talk about this. This is so interesting to me that
Yeah.
you're kind of introducing me to a new world, not a world that I'll stay in, but a world that I can visit here and there.
Absolutely. And I'm not telling, and you know what? I was the same way. When I first started to venture into this, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do meatless Mondays, and that will be a thing.
Yeah.
And then
And I
it
like
was
the alliteration with that too. It just makes sense.
and then it turned into, maybe this week I won't eat meat.
Yeah.
And then it just gradually grew from that.
Yeah. So, guys, there's hope for all of us, I guess, because she's
mean-
probably healthier than all of us meat eaters, guys. Like, I think so. She probably is.
Yeah. Well, another history lesson for you
I knew
is so in Roman times and whatnot, a lot of the quote unquote peasants, they couldn't actually afford meat because it was something that was considered quite expensive and a delicacy and almost to a degree fine dining. So the peasants would be almost kind of like the gatherers were back in the day. And they would, have their vegetables that they were growing in their own garden and making their own breads and that type of thing. Whereas the royalty, they were eating mountains, like ridiculous amounts of various meats and all this stuff.
And not
all
sharing.
of them were dying of like heart disease,
Way
clogged
earlier, right?
arteries at like 40 and 50 years old, like young. And everyone who had like plant-based diets and whatnot, they were living healthier lives. I mean, people are living longer now than ever.
Oh, it's because of medical,
It's also because of
Technology.
the information that's out there too, because people
Absolutely.
are also more aware of what's good for their bodies and what isn't.
Yeah, and still some people make the worst choices. It's weird. That was a horror story. Thank you.
welcome.
That's something to really reflect on, and I don't want to think about it at night. So,
You're like thinking of King Lear,
Yeah, I don't
and
wanna
him
get
dying.
terrorist.
No, I'm joking.
I'm thinking about myself clearly only.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
No, you're right. Like it's
I can still eat pizza.
not the good kind.
What do you mean? I will put some, and I am a pineapple on my pizza type of gal. I'm gonna eat
See,
all the
this is
pineapple.
we finally disagree. That's disgusting,
I want pineapple.
Natalie. No.
Pineapple,
No.
hot peppers. Give me that sweet and the spicy
No, girl.
together.
No.
Ooh,
No. So you like sweet and savory mixed?
yeah, like when I used to, because I used to be the chicken wing connoisseur, and I would get honey garlic mixed with hot sauce, and it was a party.
That actually sounds all right.
party in my mouth.
That actually sounds okay.
I wanted it in and
gonna
around my
deny.
mouth all the time.
In and around.
In and around. I'm gonna get messy with that shit.
In and around. How about outside too, so you can lick it later?
In and around.
Oh, I thought you meant around inside. Anyways, it all works, okay? Girl, I really can't agree with you on the sweet and savory. Can I just ask Steve? Steve, I just want your opinion on this one, and that's it, and then you can go silent again.
Okay.
Can you just tell me, are you a sweet and savory, or are you a sweet with sweet, savory with savory, like how people should be?
How people should be. Can you relax?
Can I do both?
That means you're sweet with
because
savory.
here's the thing, I can't have something sweet without immediately having something savory after.
So, Steve, I recall there was a day where you had.
Watch you with the facts. Watch you with the receipts. No.
Oh, you're gonna call me out on
Facts
something?
only.
Kinda sounds like
I
it.
remember you had an unfortunate experience.
Oh, this. Okay, that's not calling out. Okay, yeah, that was
no,
bad.
not good. I wouldn't call you
Yeah.
that.
Can we talk about this? please?
Yeah, so
Leah's the
Steve-
only one that doesn't know what's
So
going on.
Steve ordered something, and
yeah.
I guess there was a mistake in regards to the type of extra sauce that he asked for.
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
extra
I'll
sauce.
call it out. It's Harvey's. It's Harvey's 100%. Because I ordered something and they have their Harv sauce, which I don't really
Okay.
know what's in. I think it's like maybe like a combination of ketchup, mayo. I don't know. It tastes good. And I asked for it. And when the guy was putting it on, I immediately said to myself, well, that's a little bit redder than usual. And I didn't think about what it was until I got to the intersection like 5 minutes later. And I was like,
Intersection.
oh, shoot, maybe that's hot sauce. And as soon as I was scared, and as soon as I took
I
my
was
first
scared.
bite,
Yeah.
oh, it was
It was
like...
confirmed.
It was like the apocalypse happened in my mouth.
Oh,
Can I just
in and around the mouth.
Can I just create a picture for you?
Yeah.
This poor man is sitting, and he is albino.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
But
that's fine.
that day, he was red.
Oh, yeah.
Red like
yeah.
the Trinidad flag. Like
Oh, my goodness.
The man was red. He had
described that picture.
sweat like coming from the hairline.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for him, but at
my
the same time, because I love the fire, I had to laugh.
Like Steve, you
That's fine. And
earned a new shade.
I know I'm fine with that because I can't handle spice. It is hard for me to handle
And you've
it.
made that publicly known to
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of people because I actually knew that about you.
Yeah, and then so I love it because there was like several people that were trying to help me out.
Oh my God.
And,
I was one of
severe,
them. I'm
Natalie?
like, okay, let's cut off this part of the bun, and
Yeah.
we'll just get rid of
Oh,
all
yeah,
the hot
and then-
sauce so
and
it's
then-
not soaked in.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you still wanted to eat? Oh,
I still wanted to
you
eat
still
it.
wanted to finish
I
the
paid for
burger.
it. I paid for it. I wanted to eat it.
Steve.
And
You know,
so
wasting money.
there was
I respect that.
there was also like a lot of ketchup and mayo that was added on to kind of drown out the hot sauce
Did it
taste.
work at the end?
Near the end, yeah, but it was still like I could
Because
feel
your
my
tongue
throat.
was numb.
Oh yeah. It was bad.
Okay,
yeah, you could eat anything at that moment.
So the next time I went back to Harvey's, I enunciated like crazy. It said Harv sauce, and thankfully I got it the next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another horror story.
There you go.
Okay.
And we're going to end it on that
We
one.
will.
Thank
We
you
will.
so much for tuning in to our second episode of the BRL show. We'll be back in the next 2 weeks, and we will be talking about some more fun concepts in regards to relations. Maybe we'll switch it up. You never know. Maybe we'll steer away from dating and we'll talk about other types of relationships.
So many things.
So many
on
things.
Dating, but
And-
yes, there's so many things to talk about in general. And like what's going to be in this time, it's going to come out of my box.
Okay, cool.
Okay, it's going to come out of Leah's box.
There's tons of stuff
and
in
there's
that box.
tons of all right. Oh, I was going to say all that, but yeah, okay. Not currently.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I'm sitting right here.
No. Can you take it over? Get a room. Anyways.
Okay.
I don't feel
But yeah, it's been real, y'all.
that. Yeah, guys.
Later.
Peace.